Hello, welcome to The Update. I'm Susie Thompson. A man convicted of murdering 3 children at a Taylor Swift-themed dance class in the UK has been sentenced to at least 52 years behind bars. Justice Julian Goose says he must accept there was no evidence Axel Radukubana had any terrorist cause, but added his culpability is equivalent to terrorist matters. Delivering his sentence, the judge says he believes the 18-year-old intended to kill all 26 children at the Southport venue.
He returned to continue his sustained and brutal violence against 2 of the youngest of those children, stabbing them multiple times. That demonstrated how determined he was to cause the maximum suffering he could.
The Ukrainian Ambassador to Australia has condemned a visit to Russia by tennis star Thanasi Kokkinakis. The 28-year-old Aussie attended a tournament in St Petersburg last month, which featured current and past Russian players. The Sydney Morning Herald and the Melbourne Age reports the major sponsor was state-owned Russian gas and oil giant Gazprom. It's the subject of financial sanctions imposed 3 years ago by Australia's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade in light of Russia's invasion in Ukraine. A road worker has been killed after being hit by a truck in Victoria's Wimmera region. The incident at around 6 last night has blocked the main road between Melbourne and Adelaide for multiple hours. The road worker was struck between Lorloit and Nil. Police are appealing for witnesses. 2 men have been charged with the alleged assault of 2 off-duty police officers who'd been trying to break up a fight in Sydney's Inner West. Emergency crews were called to Enmore Road at Newtown following reports of a brawl and an unconscious man on the road. The officers were allegedly assaulted, with one of them knocked to the ground and repeatedly punched and kicked in the head. 2 men aged 18 and 20 will face court this morning, while a third alleged offender remains on the run. Sport and entertainment are next. In sport, Aryna Sabalenka remains on track to win 3 straight Australian Open titles following a straight sets win over Paula Badosa. The world number 1 will clash with America's Madison Keys in the final after Keys outlasted Iga Swiatek, wrapping things up 10-8 in a third set tiebreak. And Talia McGrath has top scored for Australia in the second T20 match against England, this time in Canberra. McGrath scored 48 not out en route to Australia's 6-run win over England using the DLS method. The Aussie women unbeaten after 5 clashes in their multi-format series. In entertainment news, Aussie Guy Pearce has been nominated for an Oscar ahead of the March 2 ceremony. The former Neighbours actor has been given the nod for Best Supporting Actor in The Brutalist, on which he plays a ruthless businessman.
What if one of them dies? What if they both die? Who pays for it? You going to pay for it? Are you going to pay for it?
Pearce is one of 5 nominees, including Edward Norton and Kieran Culkin. And a newly unearthed song by Tina Turner has been released 2 years after her death and 40 years after it was recorded. Hot For You Baby was recorded for 1984 album Private Dancer. It's unclear why it never made the cut. And that is the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you later on for another update. I'm Susie Thompson.